All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Pod with Hadyn Paszkiewicz. My guest today is my dad. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched the previous episode. You guys crushed it as per usual. And so how I like to open these things now is make sure the mic is within like a fist length so that we don't get too much.
I don't want it in my mouth.
You don't need it in your mouth. You don't need it in your mouth. But we're going to give you a little thought-provoking question to start it off. Here, tilt it, kind of get it like this so we can hear you.
Just put it how you want it.
Yeah, here.
Golly.
Okay, maybe not right there. That should be fine. But if you were stranded on an island and you had to bring three things, what three things are you bringing?
Wow. Three things on an island.
What are the three most important things to you other than your phone? Because obviously,
Man, I need to eat, so I'm probably going to need something to...
some sort of tool.
Some sort of tool. Some sort of way to make a fire to cook my... Because I'm just not a... I don't eat meat raw. I'm not liver king.
No, dude, no.
And I'm on an island. The protein source is going to be so minimal.
There's fish.
Yeah,
there's
but
small animals.
Fish is better than if I had to go kill a monkey or...
Dude, I think if you're hungry enough, you're eating a monkey.
Probably. I'm eating for sure. I
obviously
didn't get like this from not eating.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna eat.
So what are you bringing?
I need a knife.
Okay.
I need a fire source.
Okay, so what, like a flint striker, or like what are you bringing?
Oh, man. Probably a flint striker. It's
Okay.
gonna last. Matches, you only got a number of
Oh yeah,
matches.
you run out of those, dude.
Yeah, I need a knife. And I can make tools on an island.
Yeah, and you can make shelter
Yeah,
or find you
But
a
you
cave.
need something to cut with. So I need a knife.
Okay,
For sure.
You have
that's
a
number one.
knife and you have a flint
fire
striker.
source, and I need some way to make potable water.
Oh, yeah. That's what so if I've been thinking about this before you got here. I was like, man, first off, I'm bringing, you know what a Leatherman is? Like a multi-tool?
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
they
kind of
have-
like basic, sort of like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
way
So
before that.
Swiss Army knife is what led into the Leatherman, or the Leatherman might have made Swiss Army knife. But yeah, I'm bringing that, and then I'm bringing some sort of filtering system to filter my water. Because the Leatherman, dude, that has a knife, pliers, flint striker, all the whole
'Cause you
nine.
can't live off of drinking salty seawater.
No, and then I'm bringing some sort of like paracord or rope, and I think that's gonna be.
Make tools with it.
Yeah. So speaking of tools, this is a question I actually asked Willard not too long ago, because you guys have both worked with tools and done handyman stuff. What would you say is the most useful tool that you have come around?
Man, you're hitting me with the big questions, the thoughtfulness. Man. You know, everybody uses a screwdriver for more than a screwdriver.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the pair of pliers. When you use the pliers, they're a hammer and pliers. So, man, screwdriver can kind of work like a knife. It can you can beat it with the end.
With the end of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I think channel locks. I've learned from so many
Yeah,
engineers
but
out
how
there.
are you gonna twist something? Yeah.
Dude, you grab it. You
Yeah,
grab it.
channel locks. Yeah, no, that works too. But screwdriver's pretty handy.
Yeah. Sweet.
Probably doesn't swing as much weight as the channel locks.
No, the channel locks, dude. And then if you need to defend yourself with some screwdriver, you can. But dude, I had been, since it's NBA playoffs right now, and I mean, I know you like basketball and I know you like sports. Have you followed Anthony Edwards at all?
I saw that he went off the other day, but you know what's crazy? And you said that. My love for sports, I still love sports, but my teams
Try and keep this a little closer.
have kind of, let me down. Other than that A&M baseball team right now,
Yeah.
that's number one
That might be too close.
in the country. But you know, when you have these teams that you follow, the Aggies, the Cowboys.
Oh,
I mean, you have so much love that you've been hurt so many times. You kind of just you watch, and like the Astros right now, it's like, man, I was thinking that the other day. I'm still watching, but I don't remember how involved and like screaming at the TV. And
yeah.
I don't,
Dude,
I don't
I've
really do
noticed.
that
I've
much.
noticed since really the past, I would say probably 5 years, my love for sports has just kind of.
I still love it. That's all I do. I mean, like I don't I may be simple minded, I guess, but I don't watch much. Like my TV is on sports,
Yeah.
some kind of reality, whether it be,
Yeah.
whatever. It's real. It's real stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm so simple. I don't get beyond that.
Yeah. So what do you make sure this is in front of you just so we don't get too much echo. But what do you think about Anthony Edwards, man? Because there's people saying he's like the second Jordan.
KD made a big comment about him, like that he's the man. I haven't watched him play.
Dad, I implore you to
He put up
watch.
40 the other night, 49.
You need to watch this guy's highlights. He is a human highlight reel.
Has he been there for a while?
The Timberwolves, dude, he hasn't been in the league that long, but the thing about him is he's one of those people that they talk the talk, but they also walk the walk. Like he literally said a few years ago, he's like, I'm going to be the face of the league in 2 to 3 years. And
There you go.
dominates everyone. Like in that, he posterized KD.
He swept them. He was the reason Phoenix get swept.
I think it went to game 4, but
Yeah.
he postered KD. And what's crazy is he had said in interviews,
Hey, but now let's be realistic here. This isn't the KD from.
it's still,
It's like,
dude.
I mean, yeah, he did it. He posterized KD. He put KD out. I mean, but come on, man.
I think he's young and hungry, and the reason I say this because like, dude, I don't care about basketball but when I just like Caitlin Clark, like when I saw her play, and
she's so sick.
Dude, she's disgusting.
Dude, she could beat the men in the league. Yeah.
That's a wild take.
I'm for it. Well, I don't know. In college it looked great. We'll see how it
Dude,
does.
there was a clip of her
But she's raw.
in her first ever practice with Indiana. She's hitting half court shots.
But I love that. I love the fact that she's a woman and she broke the Pistol
mold.
Pete's record.
Yeah.
And I love that they're giving women's basketball, although they don't get paid. I mean, some of women's contracts are like $234,000 over like 4 years. You know what I mean? Like they're not making the money.
But no one's watching it. That's the thing. And I think she can be a trailblazer as far as like for that because dude,
there's a lot of good women too.
Yeah, but I think she put women's basketball on the map. Like, yeah, there's been people before her, like Sue Bird. Sue Bird has.
There's some savage, like that's what they're saying about, and that's why I said we'll see what she does in the league, because when you come in haven't played a single game and then you're the top dog, the smaller fish, you're like, I don't know if you are. Let's see. And I mean, they've been playing in the league. That's the top. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Because she didn't win a championship. She couldn't.
Yeah,
She couldn't beat. Was it South Carolina? I mean, she pretty much got shut down against South Carolina.
Yeah, and I mean,
and sports is so.
She's an excellent shooter. From what I saw, which I only followed her.
She's sick, dude. She's hitting Curry shots.
Yeah, from the logo. But I think her interior game is not the best. Like she's not super dominant inside. But the reason I brought her up is it's crazy how there's certain athletes that can bring people to watch certain sports. Like, dude, were you watching NCAA women's basketball before Caitlin Clark?
I watched it when A&M won a few years, or Baylor. Or
yeah, but that's
won.
your team.
But yeah, no, it's
right?
not. I haven't. I mean,
yeah, and I think, dude, Anthony Edwards has made me want to watch basketball again.
Well, now's the time to watch it too. It's the playoffs, which
Yeah.
that kind of stinks. You hadn't got to watch him build up to where it's at now.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I guess if you're there, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
It's how you finish. Yeah.
So
Dude, I'd love to see him win a championship just to kind
that'll put him there.
Yeah, because dude, I've watched highlight reels, which I know a highlight reel is a highlight reel. I need to actually watch him play, but they put clips of him side by side with like Jordan and Kobe. Dude, he's just as dominant as they were. He doesn't have a play style like LeBron. He's just like a force, 24/7.
Poor LeBron gets no love, bro.
Dude, people hate LeBron so much.
I don't.
I think LeBron.
20 years in the league, never getting any trouble, never do anything, and you've been hated all your whole. You've been compared to somebody your whole year. You've played your whole career.
Someone that you're better than too.
Well, the thing about it is, I had this, and you know how I am when I'm into something. I got pretty riled up yesterday. You know, somebody brought up LeBron. I was like, hey man, LeBron can play every position on the court.
Yeah.
That wasn't that other guy that everybody likes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Yeah. I mean,
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
That's not my guy.
No. And I think you saw through it, right? Like I can remember being a kid and you telling me like, oh, dude, you don't realize Michael Jordan was taking 50 shots a game. Like, and what's so funny about that is there was a trend on TikTok not too long ago where they were talking about like the title was like the 90s are over Unc, because the NBA released
Bro, they got 7'6" players. I mean, not that big, but 7-footers hitting them from Curry's spot on the court.
Yeah,
I mean, the game has changed. Like Luka. What is Luka? 6'8"?
Yeah,
like Luka's a monster.
Yeah, and the thing about it is like Jordan was an anomaly for his era, but now there's a lot of anomalies.
And the thing about it is, the numbers are there, the championships are there. I see them. I know.
Yeah, but championships. This is what bothers me about. Not to cut you off. This is what bothers me so much. And people, I know you're a Brady fan, but people say this all the time. They're like, "Oh, Brady's this because he has so many championships. Jordan's this because he has so many championships and he hasn't lost in the finals." But I'm like, that is a team effort. And you can argue even watching The Last Dance and stuff that Jordan was.
I quit watching it.
You didn't watch the whole thing? Why did you stop?
Because when they did Pippen and Rodman wrong in it, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I didn't even watch it. That was like episode 3. It's over. I didn't like it. I don't like the guy anyway. So when Pippen got disrespected and Rodman, like, okay, we're done.
Dude, Jordan was only where he was because of those guys.
Look, he is Michael Jordan. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But
I think notoriety was a big thing for his career too, like signing with Nike, like turning Nike into a basketball brand when it was.
Let's just be honest. I don't like his character.
What about his character do you not like?
I don't think he treated people right.
Hell no, but neither your favorite basketball player ever didn't either. Dude, there's a story about Kobe when the Lakers.
Kobe's not my favorite basketball player.
I thought Kobe was your favorite basketball.
No way.
Who's your favorite?
Allen Iverson.
Okay, yeah, AI. But I know you really liked Kobe, but there's a story about Kobe. Kobe was an asshole too.
He was.
And dude, there's a story that I laugh so hard at every time I hear it. So there was a point where everyone on the Lakers, or the majority of the players on the Lakers, were wearing Kobe's shoes. Dude, he had his manager come in there when they were sucking and
take them all away.
Took all their Kobe's away and said, "Y'all motherfuckers can't wear these. You're not living up to my standards." And I mean, you can look at that in different lights, right? Like you can go, okay, yeah, he's holding his team accountable for wanting to be great. And then you can go, oh, this dude's just an asshole. Like, what if those are like the only shoes that these people like to hoop in?
I don't know, man. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. So we talked about the Cowboys a few seconds ago. How do you feel about them re-signing Zeke?
I love it.
He's washed.
I don't care. I'm a Cowboys fan, and he loves the Cowboys, so I'm good.
Dude, he slandered the Cowboys.
Bro, look, here's the deal. ball on the 2-yard line, he scored. And he's not going to fumble either.
He's fat and lazy now.
We'll just say, hey, look, man.
Where was he? New England last year?
Yeah.
What was his number? What does numbers look like?
Probably not good. I'm okay with him coming back. I mean, I got to have somebody.
Dude,
Look,
okay, how do you feel about Dak?
Man, he's my quarterback. I mean, I don't want to pay him $50 million a year.
Yeah, I think the only person who got wrongly treated in this end of the deal is McCarthy. McCarthy has the best winning record from the past 3 Cowboys.
He's 12-2 or 12-4 or 5, 3 years in a row. But
yeah.
Look, man.
But
when you're leader of the pack, it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
we can't kick the ball boy out because we we can't kick the ball boy out because you know what I mean? That's not how it works. I mean, McCarthy's still there. He's not gone.
Yeah, but this year's going to be his last year, which is crazy to me because he turned that franchise around from Jason Garrett, and because Dak has the yips, mind you, a franchise tagged quarterback, and can't win a playoff game. Man, they blame McCarthy on. They go, oh, McCarthy's postseason game is not good. Dude, that's his players, man. He's getting y'all there every season.
They're competitors from the top all the way to the third string guy. They're all competitors. It's just unfortunate that trends happen in sports and they get in your head. Like Dak knows more than anybody that, man, I've gone in here this number of years. I've had MVP type numbers before I get to the playoffs, and then boom. I think it's probably a lot of overthinking. Yeah, but how do you not think about it?
Yeah, what's crazy about that is they actually have like sports psychologists that dude, they've helped a lot of people.
It's kind of, you gotta Control Alt Delete that.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of the yips.
You gotta, and I don't know how you're gonna do it, but man, his numbers are great. Numbers are great.
Yeah,
there's one number that's not great.
Yeah, his playoff wins, dude. He gets there and he forgets everything about football. He starts throwing way more interceptions than he's ever thrown. He falls apart.
If he's good when he doesn't force the ball.
Yeah.
When he's forcing, you can look in his eyes. Everybody sees it. I mean, his eyes are this big around. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not a Peyton Manning.
Okay, so Will and I were talking about this the other day.
Oh, me and Will used to. Poor Will.
Dude.
Did he ever tell you about any of that?
There's no arguing with you is the thing. But we were talking about Mahomes, and I said I don't think that Mahomes will pass Brady, but I think if there's a person that can, it's him. You get what I'm saying by that?
Yeah, I understand that, but I think it's more than that. I think it's front office stuff. Like, players are making so much money now, and you've got a salary caps, and like, so
but Dad, in the past 5 years, the Kansas City Chiefs have been the most dominant team in
football. And you know what? The Kansas City Chiefs last year with that team, that was, if you had levels, they were the lower level of the dominance.
Yeah, didn't they struggle in the beginning of the season? I feel
they struggled all the way to the playoffs, and then Daddy Mahomes came and
dude, see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he has that Brady factor of like
the
when
Super
the
Bowl.
Counts.
You know, we live in Houston, and you're like me. Look, I don't hate Houston. They hate Dallas.
yeah.
Like, so, and I mean, you remember we've gone to Texans games. I loved it. I'd even wear Texas gear. People, all my friends, they like to find the pictures on my Facebook and bring it up when I'll have a Texans hat on or Texans gear. I liked them, but bro, it's like, if you keep talking about me, I'm done here.
yeah. And dude, it's just like when we went to the Giants-Cowboys game in the Meadowlands. Like, the only two teams, which I mind you, I haven't been
had to leave.
Exactly. The only two teams that I've witnessed boo their own fans are the
Do
Texans.
you remember?
Yeah, that was
Dude,
bad.
poor Manning. They cussed his mom, his sister. It was bad.
Dude, but that's New Yorkers, bro. They don't play.
Houston's that bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only two teams, the Giants and the freaking Texans, that I've seen boo their own fans.
I had y'all with me. Y'all were how old were y'all? 12?
I turned
Y'all were
14.
young.
I turned
And
14.
I remember, of course, we're freezing. They got 14 pairs of socks on.
Dude, it was 11 degrees outside.
Boots. And, I started drinking a beer and I was like, and you're listening to all this chaos with these fans. And I mean, they're just like you said, cussing everybody. Nobody's good.
Yeah.
Nobody's good. If they score a touchdown, they're happy. And if the minute somebody makes a miscue, it's, they're on everybody.
It's because
and I looked around and there was no kids. I was like, that's got to be the reason.
Yeah. And I think some of it is the fact that people are casuals. Like, I catch people in that stuff all the time. Like, especially when I'm
why
talking.
Boo? These guys are giving. I mean, just back to the competitor stuff. These guys are giving their all. No professional athlete, whether it be a swimmer, a golfer, a football player, a baseball player, goes out there and says, today
I'm taking it off day.
I'll give 40%.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. Who does? Or, I know I wouldn't, and I know you wouldn't.
No.
Like,
no. There are some of them that I think it was Pac-Man Jones was talking about one time. He was like, dude, this is just my job, because someone had approached him in a mall or something and like pressed him a little bit. But yeah, I think the majority, they love the game.
That bothers me. Do you know what my job means to me?
Yeah. But everyone's different.
Like, so, I mean, everything you do, whether it's your job, is a reflection of you. So why?
Yeah. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
Is essentially what I guess you're saying.
You've seen it.
Yeah, of course.
If we're going in, we're going all in.
Oh, no doubt. But so I know we've been talking about football for a minute, but the Texans right now look
They're loaded. I like what it looks like.
Yeah, they're dangerous. And dude, this is another thing. Like, people see a sliver of gold and they think that they've hit the jackpot. Do you think this is a team that can go the whole way?
It looks good on paper.
Oh yeah, I mean, everything looks good on paper. Like,
CJ Stroud, sophomore.
You can get a sophomore slump, dude, just like Dak.
My quarterback won the NFL Rookie of the Year, just like Stroud did.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, that's that sophomore slump.
I mean, the league, any league adapts. Like, they've watched every Stroud rollback, pass, arm angle. Like, you've got to adapt. And that's what made, not to go back to Tom Brady, that's what made him so good. While they were studying, he's studying.
Yeah, and that's something that I keep telling these Texans fans, which they're not, most of my friends.
I'm happy for them. That's dude.
Yeah, they're not casuals.
They've made 2 years. I mean, they were in the dumps for like 5 years.
They were the worst team in the league.
Like 5 years, and man, look at that look.
But the reason being is just like when like Cam Newton came into the league, when Lamar Jackson came into the league, it's something new, right? You have D'Amico Ryans coaching that team. He has a brand new scheme, new scheme that no one's seen before, on top of a little bit of talent. That's why they did, in my opinion, that's why they did as well as they did.
Man,
because no one could prepare for it, right? They don't know what they're facing yet. But like you said, they adapt, and that's why I'm like, dude,
it'll be D'Amico Ryans too. But you got to understand, okay, D'Amico Ryans at every level has been the captain, like,
yeah.
And I mean, then he started coaching. He went through that Shanahan tree over there in San Francisco where, hey, man, San Francisco was just as loaded as the Texans are. Did they win a Super Bowl?
No.
Man. I mean,
it's crazy because when it starts to count, that's when people fall apart, because they got dominated by
and
Baltimore.
the league, man. I mean, injuries like teams can get injury prone.
Yeah, wasn't Tank Dell injured towards the end?
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's a weapon.
poor guy, man. Did you hear what
Dude,
happened?
he got shot.
People don't want to see anybody do good. Like, why? Which
So
I mean,
what was
I
didn't
don't
read
know.
into
He
it.
was. I feel like he was in a. I didn't. I just saw it. I feel like he was in a club or something. Somebody shot up the club. It was random. It wasn't. Let's go after Tank Dell stuff.
Yeah.
But like, and I don't know. He's young. I was young. Believe me, if I was young and had his money, I was in the club without his money.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the older seeing above and below the surface, I'm like, man, why is he in the club? He's got you, but yeah, man, live
It's
your life.
Yeah, you watched that Aaron Hernandez documentary, and he got extremely wealthy, and then he starts going to hang out in the hood and stuff, and like his teammates were like,
He was
dude,
hood to begin with.
Dude, someone said he wasn't. He grew up in like Connecticut.
Well, he did you watch it?
I watched clips.
He lost his dad.
Yeah, I think
He lost his dad.
Yeah,
And although his dad really wasn't, and this is I've watched several Aaron Hernandez documentaries, whatever you want to call them, because that's my stuff. It's reality.
Yeah.
So, and some of it might be a little altered, but I mean, once he lost his dad, then he kind of started spiraling, and he was even spiraling in high school, but then was it Spurrier? No, it was the
Miami coach.
the Florida coach.
Oh yeah, Florida.
No, the one that was at Ohio State.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer. Well, Urban Meyer had a whirlwind of things. All Urban Meyer wanted to do was win, and he didn't care what he brought.
Urban Meyer goes hard. Did you see? I think it was him that like is dating like a 26-year-old.
Well, anyway, so he had these. He had. If you had talent and you could play, if you could keep it together enough to keep it out of the spotlight, let's bring you over here. Well, and they were loaded.
Dude, have you looked at?
They had a documentary on
The 05.
yeah
the U team?
So wasn't the U? It was the Gators.
Or Gators?
Yeah, he played for the Gators. Remember, it was
I'm thinking of the U.
no, it wasn't the U. They played Florida Gators. They won two national championships with Tebow.
Tebow. Yeah, but have you ever looked at the 05 University of Miami?
Oh
team?
yeah, that's like as far as Hall of Famers. I want to say that 05 team has.
Dude,
I don't know the number, but it's
Jonathan Vilma. You had Sean Taylor. You had there's the whole defense was.
yeah. No, that's like wasn't Ed Reed in there? Ray Lewis.
Could you imagine lining up against that team?
They smashed.
Yeah. So we were talking about. Let me see how much time. So we were talking about like hood and stuff, and you're Italian, and I'm sure you've thought about this. Or we're Italian. You're my dad.
Yeah.
I'm sure
still your dad, buddy.
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I'm sure you've thought about this before because you tell me how often you watch like mobster documentaries and stuff like that. Do you think if we were to go back to like the 20s or 30s,
It'd be hard not to. It'd be hard not to get.
Do you think you would have? You think you would have got into it?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's my mentality. Man.
What about that? What about the mobster mentality? Other than you, being
and I'm
Italian?
not the type that is all. It's not the evil part of it. I don't know. It's just the structure and like
there was a sense of respect.
Keep things in house and like I mean, the Italians ran everything.
They still run everything.
Mm.
There's people which, dude, the mob.
They ran all the unions like that. They monopolized the unions.
Yeah, Hoffa, dude.
So man, I love that stuff, but it's just man, there was a lot of evil too. Like
but
you got knocked off if you accidentally said the wrong thing.
Yeah, but you gotta nip it in the bud, man. Man, I think what intrigues me so much about that is how family based they were. Like
They kept it in the family.
Yeah,
like,
it was, dude. If you weren't,
and the sad part about it is if you had a black sheep that wasn't, he's gone.
He's gone.
We whacked him.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, they did some brutal stuff. I don't know how much you know
Scare
about.
tactic.
Yeah, dude, but fear controls, man, and that's really terrible to think about, but it's the greatest controller of all.
It is, but it's
Have you ever heard?
morally, it's not morally
Nah,
right.
dude, you don't need to scare people. Have you ever looked into how Al Capone died?
No.
So he ended up going to jail at Alcatraz, right?
I want to say that there was, when I was a kid, there was actually some kind of a live Al Capone something going on.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Like
I'll look it up when I
traveling show or
No. It had to do with. I'll look it up. I'll bring it back to you when I.
Yeah. So it's kind of really sad to think about, but so he was, dude, at his time he was top of the world, right? Like that was the gangster, right? Well, they ended up catching him, whatever, and he has syphilis.
But nobody was Gotti.
No, nobody was Gotti. Gotti is definitely the most famous gangster. There's actually I'm sure you've probably watched it. There's a Netflix documentary called Getting Gotti or something. Yeah. It came out not too long ago. But dude, so Al Capone had untreated syphilis, right?
Oh.
And yeah, yeah. And
That's
dude,
not good.
it ate at his brain. And by the time he died, they said he had like the intelligence of like a third grader.
They made it. Didn't they do a movie?
I think so. I'm
They
sure.
did a movie, and it showed that how he went into all that, how bad off he was.
Oh,
before
dude, he was
died.
like special needs.
Right,
basically.
didn't even know who he was.
Nope.
Wow.
That's crazy. Imagine you're living this life. Well, dude, if you're gonna fly high, you got to burn out, dude. That's what I think.
The thing about it is, you're gonna roll the dice.
Yeah.
You're gonna crap out.
So, how do you feel about
Dude,
who's that guy that Whitey Bulger? Have you ever looked into what happened to him?
I watched. The thing about it is I watch all of them, but they're so closely related. Remembering exactly what Whitey Bulger did, or excuse me.
Well, Whitey Bulger went against everything that being a mobster was about. Like he was telling FBI informants like all this.
Yeah,
stuff
but there's more. There's Sammy Graviano that he was Gotti's right hand man, and Gotti was going to go down, and Graviano was going to go. Graviano was actually
like
had
acting
like
boss?
19 murders that he admitted to, snitched on Gotti so that they could prosecute Gotti, and he goes as a witness and lives in Arizona. And I was just watching a program the other day where when he was in Arizona, when the big MDMA rave kick went on,
He was behind us.
Sammy Graviano, which was his name because he was a witness under witness protection, his name was Jimmy Moran or Johnny Moran. He was trying to get in the drug. He was over the ecstasy business over there in Arizona. So once your mentality is like that,
Yeah. I think a lot of it is just money based, though. I think they
but
were
he had
so.
this is how the guys in Arizona caught on. Is his concrete business that he ran in New York was called Marathon, I want to say. And he was building homes.
You know a lot about this. You know more than
I
me.
love it. Like I've told you, if I could, I'd have a whole mobster leg.
Yeah, that would be sick.
But I can't. I mean, as much as I'd love to, and I got a good guy, I can't do it. Anyway, so Jimmy Moran, Sammy Graviano was in Arizona under witness protection. This big MDMA kick goes on, and I remember it. I mean, because this is the thing. Like when these guys were all big time, like going on. This is 1990. Like
This is when you were doing
dude,
it.
1990. I was in high school. Like this is, and I didn't remember any of that. But so he gets all into that MDMA business, and he's running a home building business under the name Marathon. The same name he ran in New York, and they was like, "Hey, this is Sammy Graviano."
Yeah.
So
And they got
that's
him.
kind of silly. Like,
Dude, people, I mean, you taught me this real fast. People are creatures of habit.
oh, dude.
Dude, you'll walk yourself right into into because you get so in a
Well, I mean, I preach habits. Like if you have good habits, you practice good habits, and something's changed in your life, and you make it a habit, we just kind of progress. It doesn't even feel like they're habits, but they are, and you do them every single day. I bet you wake up every single day and get out of your bed, probably walk to brush your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all the same. And
Yeah.
when that changes, something's had to have changed in your life, and nobody has to be told. You can see it.
yeah, you can see when people break habit.
I've got some kind of I've caught it so many times.
Well, it's just being an observative person.
And I'm a major observer,
yeah.
big time. You know who's a big observer?
Who?
Daxton.
Really?
Oh, dude. Like, I love it because his mama catches him off. Because I'm like me. I could walk in my garage. I could leave. Like, I just got off work I was at work 10 days.
Yeah.
I could walk in my garage
And know when someone.
and got my radar and know that, man. And Daxton's just like that. Like something simple, like if one of his toys was here, he can tell you it was there. And if it's not there, he knows. I mean,
do you think you're?
and he's only 5 years old.
Yeah. Do you
I
think
love that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Do you think
It's more than cool. It's like nothing's gonna get by you.
Okay, so what I mean by that, do you think that came from like your younger years of doing bad things? That you were like, dude, I can't get caught doing this shit, so I need to be more observative of what's going on, or do you?
Oh, it might have fine tuned it, but some people just
You were
don't.
always-
Some
you were
people
always
just
like
don't
that?
have. I mean, I don't know. I'm always looking, and just because I'm not talking, don't mean I'm not scanning.
You're clocking everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but that's such a good trait, I think, to pay attention. Some people just
Dude, but what's crazy?
float around and like, hey man, how'd you know that? Because I saw it there. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I admire those people too, because like sometimes I catch myself overthinking everything because I'm being too observative. So like people that can fly around and just coast and be okay with that, there's got to be some sort of peace in that, dude.
oh, a lot. And that's what I was just fixing to say. Yeah, it's probably pretty comfortable.
Hell
But
yeah.
it could. What about the adverse effect of that?
Oh yeah, but then you're
I mean,
you're probably
you're floating around and you don't know that somebody's been following you, or things like
Yeah.
that. Like that's especially for a woman.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I think, and that's, man, it sucks so bad.
This is not such a. We're not. Not everybody's a good person, and that's.
No. But, man, you got to be a special type of weirdo to take advantage of women, especially like a lonesome woman. I would get so nervous when Amanda would go on like runs and stuff by herself because I'm like, dude, I don't know what. Which in this neighborhood,
No,
it's
but
chill.
yeah, no, it's that. But also, like the thing I tell Harley and my wife and Josie, and I would tell Amanda, look in the mirror. You know what you are.
yeah.
Like
If you're a pretty woman, like a beautiful woman, you're at way higher risk.
you're a target. Like
yeah.
I mean,
That's why
maybe not every day, but in some instances, because you have these people that they're just.
Dude, I think women, especially in Texas, should carry like some sort of gun in their purse.
Or
Like,
have something like
Dude.
some kind of defense.
dude, a stun gun ain't gonna stop an angry man. They have less than lethal like pepper spray.
I mean, yeah, pepper spray.
Well, I'm
what if
saying they
you
have,
got
like-
sprayed in the eyes with pepper spray?
Dude, if you
We
want
could we could do a podcast.
no. You know,
We
I
could
actually
do
want-
it
I actually
and
wanted to be.
see what it would do to you. I
Dude.
guarantee you it's gonna slow you down. You might run the other way
yeah,
because they
we've
got
done it.
some horrible stuff now.
Yeah, we've done it to Connor before.
In the eyes.
Oh, dude, did you never see that video?
I think Connor always took the.
Dude, we paid him $60. Like everyone just started handing in $5 bills, And he was like, all right, I'll do it.
In the eyes?
Dude, 3 seconds.
He was lit up bad.
Dude, his whole face swelled up. Like he said, it was like like if you eat a spicy food.
He should be a cop. He passed one of the tests.
Yeah, exactly.
All I gotta do is hit him with the taser now.
Yeah, which I think he would eat that, dude. We've gotten him drunk enough to where I forget someone had.
No, we gotta do it not drunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to do it completely sober.
Stand there.
Yeah. Well, we've hit him with the stun gun and like on him, and he just stays there. So I don't know if he's just playing tough, but like, dude, he's done 2 out of the 3 things that you need to do.
He probably should think about criminal
Dude, I thought about being a cop one time, like especially when I would see when I was at UHD, they have I forget what that building is, but there's a building where they have an HPD like what do they call it, cop program. And dude, I would see some of this
job.
Especially
people don't respect people. Like, I mean, these and man, it goes back. There's cops that aren't good guys, but the majority of these people are trying to police the world to make it a better place.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a cop doesn't mean I got a badge on doesn't mean I'm trying to bring you to jail every time.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I've made horrible choices.
Yeah.
I'm 49, so let's just say more than half my, what I mean? The choices I made could have really got me in some bad spots. And when I did get caught, just being honest.
Dude, honesty will carry you so far.
The truth will set you free.
Yeah, sometimes they're like, oh damn, he's not
sometimes it hurts and it stinks and it's not worth, but like, I love the truth. Bring it to me. At least I know it's the truth.
yeah. At least I know you're being honest. Like,
yeah.
You know, that's, dude, one thing that I don't want to say hate, but one thing that I really don't like is like when people are like, can I be honest with you? I want you to be honest with me.
Hopefully you've been honest the whole time.
Yeah, hopefully you've been honest. I'm like, dude, yeah. And what sucks is like, especially my generation, your generation is different. Y'all got a little bit of tougher skin, but so many people are so scared to hurt people's feelings that they won't give people criticism at all, whether that's like
to have to think about that for a minute.
What
They're scared to hurt people's feelings. I mean, so we're gonna lie.
Dude, people
how does that not hurt their feelings?
Yeah, and I get, dude, because I mean, I'm a very
But you were raised, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal.
Yeah, and so I'm extremely honest, especially with the people that are close to me, and sometimes that can get perceived as me being an asshole. But no, dude, the thing about that is, one, if I'm telling you something, that means I care, right? If I'm not saying anything to you, that means I.
Yeah. If I'm not talking to you,
yeah.
We're not. We're definitely. If I'm not talking to you, we're definitely not going to have a beer.
No brewskis getting crushed. But
so
yeah, man, it's crazy. It sucks because I try and think of like when everything went wrong, because like there was this.
It's always been wrong.
No.
Yes.
No, Dad. There has to be.
So you just think? Look.
There was.
Can I say something?
Yeah. Yeah. This is what this is for, dude.
Look, dude. If it just went wrong, say what's the number of years you think it went wrong?
I think.
Hold on. Give me a number.
10.
So 10 years ago, why are we not having a bunch of firsts?
We are having a bunch.
No, we're not. The first time it's been on, the media has put it out there, dude. I mean, so give me a first that you think just happened.
Well, I'm saying,
and we could probably look on the internet, Google University, and somebody's in prison for that, or was in prison for that 100 years ago.
Yeah,
it didn't just go wrong.
You're gonna break my equipment.
Well, I mean, it's almost in my mouth. So it didn't just, and that's what I tell people. This world has always been this way.
Yeah, I just think
it's always been
we're getting so soft, like, and you cannot deny that. There's a saying, and I'm sure you've heard it a million times. It's like, tough times create tough men. Tough men create easy times create weak men. And we are in the time period where there's weak men.
So tell me this. Are you relating empathy to softness?
No, I'm relating softness to softness. People don't want to hear the truth ever. Like you,
Oh, so you're saying they get their feelings hurt by the truth more than ever?
yeah, absolutely. Anything you say to anyone offends people. Like you can't say the word gay.
Yeah,
You know, like
it's
I mean, it's making a resurgence. I know you don't like the R word, but like you can't say that word. You can't. There's certain words like okay, don't get me wrong. There's words that are slurs that should not be said. But then there's the words like, dude, when I was a kid, like calling something gay was like calling something stupid. Like you weren't like calling someone homosexual. You're just like, man, that sucks.
well, we've given people through media again a platform to sit, stand, whatever, and scream out to the world without being in public. They can do it on their phone. They can do it,
Yeah.
make podcasts.
Yeah.
There's no rebuttal from anybody. So guess what? It gets pushed out there.
Yeah.
And before there was no podcast 30 years ago.
No, but I mean, there was traditional media that was just controlled by what.
So you see what I'm saying? It's people are able to voice opinions and do the things that they say, the things they want to say, whether they're hurt, they're happy, they're mad, they're sad.
Yeah.
And you have to like it or you comment on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's not
Just
it's not to say that
You gotta
it
keep
affects
going.
it affects yeah. It's not to say that it affects. Stop it. It's not to say that it affects
it's my grandkids.
yeah, grandpups. It's not to say that it affects my life anyway, but it sometimes you have to feel like you're walking on eggshells, and I feel like 10 years ago you didn't, right? Like you could say essentially without being racist or homophobic or whatever, like you could say essentially whatever you wanted, without hurting someone's feelings.
Or if you did, you just went out in the parking lot
And fought. Yeah, but dude,
and then you know what? You probably made the best friend ever, and they knew that you
Yeah.
wasn't sincere, derogatory comments.
yeah.
It's
And so
there
that's
has been change.
yeah,
but
I guess that's what
not
I mean.
to the extreme that it's changed for the first. This has
Yeah.
been forever.
Yeah, and that's I guess that's what I was getting at in terms of like within the past 10 years, people have just gotten really
Well,
really
no, they can just
intolerant.
they can get on their phone and go live and say, "My feelings are hurt. I don't
Yeah.
like how such a."
Yeah, and that's why I think it's like super crucial for people to treat or teach like old school values of like, dude, you can't get your feelings hurt by everything, man. Like, especially on the internet, like, there's so many people out there that are just trolls. They're just trying to get a reaction.
I used to do that.
Really?
Oh, dude. I mean, not just for fun, not to hurt
Well, I mean,
anybody's feelings.
You weren't doing it to random people, though.
No.
No, I'm talking about
I loved being a Facebook troll for a long time.
Yeah, in the Facebook group.
My wife would be like, "Come on," because she would see me over there smiling and laughing and not saying nothing and punching my.
Oh, dude,
But I've gotten away. It's like, man, what am I doing? Why?
just
There's
the
no
other,
sense in that.
yeah, just the other day in our community Facebook group, this guy, which if you're gonna say something in the Facebook group, say it with your chest. Like, don't.
They did
No, they
until somebody said something that
no, they
hurt.
went anonymous. Like it said, anonymous member. Which one? That means you're not proud enough to speak it, well, in my opinion. But anyways, they said something about people's front yards being trash. Which, mind you, if you think about it, we had a huge drought this last summer, so people are trying to recover their yards from last year and the freezes.
I bet if I had a lawnmower, I could make a couple $100.
So this is what I said. And so I commented back. I go, hey man, it sounds like you should start a lawn business because you could make some serious money. God
didn't like
bless.
it?
Oh, dude,
You just told the truth.
yeah, the comment section erupted, and like everyone was kind of siding with me. But then of course there's the sticks in the mud. They were like, yeah, this is serious. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I'm serious. Start a lawn business
That's
and you've
exactly what I
got
said.
10 yards.
Yeah, I said
Every
you could make
week.
some serious money. Is what I.
Well, I wasn't joking.
Yeah, man, it's
Well, two, you didn't mean anything. It was funny and you laughed when you did it.
yeah.
But you were really
Being
somewhat
honest.
serious.
Yeah.
Like, so they took the fact that they took their route. You know what I mean? If he would have been in your face and this conversation would have happened face to face, there's things like he would have seen your reactions and would have said, "Oh, you know what? He is kind of joking, but he's being serious about it." So you don't get to. People take what you say.
Yeah, and even
they'll take it 50 different directions. You know what I mean?
and
Like,
even if he didn't take it that way, maybe someone that saw it in the comment be like, "Man, I could make some serious money. Let me
look, I just pulled up today, and I could tell you that
yeah."
people need their yards cut.
Dude, I pay someone to cut my yard, so why? And that man, he could even have seen because he lives in the neighborhood. He could even seen that. Man, I got a few more clients.
Well, nah. Anybody with a lawn business in your post their card.
Yeah, be like, I'll take
Here
care
I
of it.
am. I got you tomorrow.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy. And
it's how people's text and this social media thing, you may not. It's all taken misconstrued and taken the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Which you were trying to be funny, but
no, I mean
I would have said, "Do you know, guys?"
yeah, I should have, but man, they it's crazy. Bronson and I talked about it.
Yeah, y'all's podcast was good. I haven't finished it yet. I'm about halfway through, but
it's all good.
It was great.
It's really good. Bronson's mom actually.
He's a savage.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, Bronson.
I'm really happy that he's gonna fly airplanes too. I almost called him the other day.
Yeah,
he's at his parents.
We're supposed to be working out soon.
I love all your buddies.
Yeah,
every one of them. They're like my kids.
Yeah, they're all good fellas. They grew up in.
I still talk to a lot of them.
Yeah, and but Bronson had mentioned the Mike Tyson quote. He's like, the reason people are the way they are nowadays is because they can get up behind a screen and not get punched in the mouth. Like, I've witnessed so many times people are keyboard gangsters and then they see you in person and they're quiet. And I'm not this scary guy and I'm not this guy who wants to fight everyone. But dude, if in my head where we grew up, I'm like, dude, if those are fighting words, I want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't, but you can't fight no more. Everybody's packing. You're gonna die.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to eat lead.
Yeah. That's another thing we talked about. How, like, did you see it, Bronson? I mean, I'm sure you saw the clip on my Instagram. Bronson was talking about. He's like, dude, I wish people would just fight with swords again. Like, that might solve some things. Or we go back to the Wild West and we go, hey man, we're gonna have a duel. And we're gonna make
somebody's gonna die tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna draw.
Somebody's gonna die tonight.
Yeah, and but yeah, it's crazy how it has gotten that way that fast. But man, there was a question I wanted to ask you. Let's roll through the Rolodex of questions in this here thing. Dude, this is
congrats on your coaching Jake to a fourth place finish. That's good stuff. That's hard to do. That's hard to take somebody else's physique and make it work. It's easy for you to do it and you don't even do it for yourself. I mean, you hire a coach, so that's hard to do.
One of the best feelings, I was just telling Will. I've mentioned Will like 3 times in this podcast
because he's the GOAT. I can't wait till he's a rock star, or maybe he's not a rock star. Maybe he's a acoustic.
Dude, that's what I keep telling him. I'm like, dude, you're a few inches away from being.
He's just got to get. The right person's got to see him.
Yep. And dude, he's doing gigs. He's putting himself in the position. But about Jake, it's really cool to see what you tell someone is going to happen come to fruition, right? Which I can only do so much as a coach.
Well, and two, part of that is he was obviously a student that, like yourself, I couldn't do it. I'm not disciplined enough for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think it's that you're not disciplined enough, because you are disciplined enough to get yourself in the gym and do that stuff. I think it's not a priority.
He listened to what you said, just just like you did. I've watched you go through several preps, and I'm looking at this and I'm going, man, he looks pretty comfortable. in the most uncomfortable spot he could be in right now.
Dude, it's because
And it seems like Jake did that too.
I
don't even know the kid. I actually started following him yesterday.
Yeah,
on
he's a
Instagram.
beast, man. He works
So
really
good job.
Yeah, he works really, really hard. But yeah, you get comfortable in the uncomfortable because, dude, you just love that gritty journey. And I mean, it's different for everyone. Like for you, that could be like, man, I love those last few reps. You know, where I'm like, oh, I might not get this one. For me, it's like, dude, I want to see how far I can take my body and just run it through a meat grinder.
It's so not good for you.
It's terrible for you, and it's really bad for your mental health. Dude,
Because you've taxed it so much. Like, okay, we're not gonna eat. We're gonna eat, but we're gonna eat the minimum, and then all these different things.
Yeah, I think
and then we got to go work out. We got to do the same things. We got to do the same things with the least amount of stuff, of nutrients, or not the least, just enough. I don't know. You know more than me. Dude, I commend you. I tell people all the time. He really studies this stuff and loves this stuff. And I mean, to see you, because you've coached a couple guys already, and I mean, to see some success. I mean, that's gotta be good. I mean, I'm proud.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I mean, it's really cool for your dad to be proud of you doing the things that you love doing. But with Jake, it was easy. Like that is
because he must have been like you. I mean,
that was the easiest prep that I have ever done for anyone.
Imagine how hard it would be if he wasn't a student of it like you were. And
I won't take people like that. And
when do you know?
Oh, I know, because one, I won't coach you if I haven't.
No, but when do you figure out he's not? Because
when they start complaining,
there could be some corners that he's cutting and not being totally honest, which he's only not being totally honest with himself. But
yeah,
you would never. I mean, you're still trying to. You're every week. I think it's every week you change things.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you don't have to, but we check in every week.
Yeah, so I mean, if he cut a corner and didn't say, "Hey, look, I took a right turn when I should have took a left,"
yeah.
Like, I mean, would you really know?
And I will when he checks in on Sunday. That's the thing. Like like you said, you're only lying to yourself. But I think the most satisfying part about that one,
I wish you could have been there to see it. That would probably be good.
That would be the gratification you get from them when they achieve what they set out to achieve. That's cool. But then when my own coach starts liking my
that dude's good too. I've always admired that guy.
And he's really good. So when that's like
but he's like he's the scientist.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so when he sees me doing well,
what'd he say?
He doesn't say anything. He'll just like it, and I'm like, that to me that feels like you done well, son.
Yeah,
like,
good job, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Pat on the butt.
Yeah, exactly.
Attaboy.
Yeah. So before you mentioned Jake, the question that I wanted to ask you was like, what are like some of the most satisfying feelings you can think of? Because I was thinking about this the other day, like a no wipe poop.
Dang, we're gonna go that. Those are great. I mean, it's
yeah,
but man, I'm beyond that. I like to make people happy. I mean, I really, I don't know where it started because I wasn't always a person, and you've probably seen it.
Oh, dude, I've seen it more than anyone.
I really, 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 in the last, I don't know when it started, but I want to help people, and I want to be the person that they go, man, that guy right there.
I think you're already there.
I want to do more.
Yeah, no, and that's
even as far as not just, there can be conversations when I don't agree with somebody, and this person, we have this conversation and we work it out, and in the end they walk away and they go, man, that could have went the wrong way.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It ended up with, I hug my people. You know what I mean? It ended up with a handshake and a hug and I love you, brother type thing.
Yeah.
I really get my rocks off to that.
So,
and I know I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know where it started or what's going on, but I enjoy being the person that when we walk away, because we're gonna walk our separate ways eventually, you go, man, Paul really does care.
Yeah. Yeah. So the most satisfying thing to you is helping people.
Yeah.
I was talking about like non-traditional kind of things, like if for me, like one of the
no white poop is.
dude,
It's great. I mean, when that happens, you're like, yeah. I mean, you definitely smile. I'm like,
dude. Yeah, like,
but I mean, not to take this there. I mean, here lately, since did I tell you? You told me we talked about the psyllium husk.
Psyllium husk.
That's regular.
Yeah, dude, it's
a regular thing.
Yeah, having your health in check is sweet. And it starts in your
What's
gut.
crazy though, that psyllium husk, to talk about it, it like basically forms not a gelatin
Yeah,
type.
if you don't drink
like
it
when
fast.
the other day I made the mistake of like drinking down to that much in the bottle. I was like, man, I gotta finish this, and it still looks like it's is viscous the right word?
Yeah.
But then I dump the bottle over and you get this chunk that goes, and you got to squeeze it. I'm like, man, I don't know if that should have went in my stomach.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what it's doing in your stomach.
Yeah, but I think it's supposed to do it down there.
Well, I mean, it don't matter.
If it's already gelatin before it gets down there, I don't know.
Dude, then it's cleaning the rest.
But I'm big on it. It's helped out a lot.
Yeah. Dude, something
I like it. Oh, I didn't tell you. I told you about the Fortitropin.
Dude, I need to read on that. That's my bad, Dad. I haven't.
Listen, read that.
Have you started it?
No, I haven't got it in yet, but I did start these. Did I tell you about the LifeWave patches?
You mentioned something to me.
Yeah,
I didn't
check
know.
those out. Just started those. We're gonna see where they go.
What is
it? So there's an X39 patch and an X49 patch, and they're supposed to it's a copper GHU or GTU copper peptide that it binds to and helps, and it helps rejuvenate stem cells. So we're gonna see. I've read tons of reviews on it. I know what you're gonna say.
No,
But
I don't.
we're gonna see how it works. Everything I've read, the negative and the positive, and there's a ton of positive. So we're gonna. I mean, if it makes me, which I don't feel bad, but if I can feel better than I do right now, hey man, let's give it a shot. I'm giving it a shot.
Yeah, I saw a thing about do you remember when I used to wear like the balance bracelet and then like the fighting necklaces?
Yeah. I think it's a lot. I mean, I've got a patch on my neck
Really?
and a patch on my belly.
Really?
Yeah.
So
It's 2 days in.
sweet. But there was a whole YouTube video. It's like a 30-minute long video talking about how, like, why athletes would wear it. Even if it doesn't work, the benefit of it working is worth giving it a shot.
And that was the thing behind. Well, there's a guy that I worked with before, and he was on it, and he's talking about it. And basically what it is it's phototherapy.
Yeah, okay. We had talked about Hush. We had talked about last time I was at your house that you want to start doing like cold plunges and
I need a cold plunge, but I do every day before I get out of the shower, cold water, 2 or 3 minutes. I feel pretty good afterwards. I don't know that. I mean,
would you ever do sauna? Like, have you ever sat?
Yeah, I would love to have the sauna and the cold plunge, because from what I read, I haven't got extensively into it like I want to, because I don't have the sauna or the cold plunge.
Yeah.
But what I was reading is you're supposed to do those immediately after working out.
So cold plunge, no. If you're going,
I thought I read.
There's a whole study on the cold plunge.
Gary Brecka's big on the cold plunge. Dana White.
Yeah.
Huge.
So if you're gonna do cold plunge, you do that like either first thing in the morning or like later in the day, because if you do it immediately after your training session, it almost completely stops hypertrophy.
That I know. That's what they said.
So you're
It heals you like
yes.
immediately.
So if your goal is to grow, dude, some serious thunder going
You
on.
should have seen the lightning I saw earlier.
If your goal is to grow, you do not do the cold plunge immediately. After,
What do you think about it?
dude, I think it's awesome. When we were at Nick's lake house, it was freezing cold outside, and dude, every morning we would go hop in the pool for. But the thing about it is, you have to submerge your heart, I think is what they say, and you dunk your head at least once.
You don't have to. I've even heard that if people get where their hands are getting too cold and they can't thaw out, they leave he said to leave your hands above the water.
Well, the person
because your extremities are.
Yeah, I think the person.
You remember when you almost killed me in the gym, and I was like, man, you didn't know.
Yeah,
I bet you were proud of that. I told everybody
actually,
he's probably so proud of that.
No, I was actually pretty scared.
I got to go back. Just
yeah,
he's like thinking you're thinking, man, he may never come back.
Dude, it's hard enough to get you in there as it is.
Well, it's just because it's where it's at. I mean, it's not hard to get me in there. It's just my timing, your timing. Yeah, but that day I don't know.
Dude, I was pretty worried. I was calm in the moment, but like I was like, dude, I can't let him know that I'm freaking out because then he'll freak out, and that's just not good.
Well, dude, I don't know what happened. It was
your blood sugar, dude, because immediately as you ate, hush.
Yeah, it was nah. I thought the whole time, I was like, man, he's a happy kid.
No,
right?
dude, I'm not
I don't know who I told. I was like, man, did Hadyn tell you that he killed me in the gym the other day?
And they probably said no.
Nah, I don't remember who it was, but no, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I'm not that type
It was
of guy.
crazy. I've never had that, but as I told people about it, it's happened to them. I've never had that happen.
You went hypo, dude. Which is
I've never, and I mean, I eat, which I don't now. I've gotten to where I don't eat before that. I haven't really, you know what I've ate today? Nothing.
I had half a ribeye steak for breakfast.
Nothing. I haven't even had a protein shake.
You brought a protein shake with you. Where'd you put it?
I didn't drink it yet.
Where is it?
Because I'm doing this important podcast.
Yeah, we're doing cool shit. Right? Oh, dude, speaking of, so we never fully went. Why did you stop cursing?
Because I wanted to do better.
Okay.
And that was a simple thing. Like, okay.
That's a blanket answer. What sparked the, okay, I'm done? Because if y'all notice, he hasn't said a single curse word. I've tried to pry it out. I almost got one out of him yesterday, but
I won't do it.
I know you won't. But what?
But it's like I told you, I want to do better. There's more things I want to do, and you got to take baby steps. And how simple is it to stop cursing?
It's pretty hard.
Not as hard as you think. I told you this. I would find myself, even if I slip up now, which it happens still, it's usually when something don't go right, when I'm got a pair of pliers on a turn, trying to turn something and it slips off and you get, so I would be saying more cuss words to myself than so like, I mean, that just tells me how useless it is. Like,
well, okay, so what I've been thinking
you want
about,
the knee-jerk reaction from everybody when I told them that? You want to know what they told me?
What?
But it feels so good.
It does.
My wife told me that. My wife.
Dude,
it feels good to cuss, she said. I was like, babe, really? Listen to what you're telling me.
So what do you... I've been thinking about this all week. Like, I'm like, dude, this is one of the questions I got to ask my dad. But, so what do you do when you get frustrated now?
Darn it. Dang it. I don't know. I mean...
Dude, like, it just feels... Sometimes when you get mad, it just feels so good to go, fuck.
Yeah, I know. And I don't do that.
So what's...
So then now I've gotten to that point. So we're going to do something else.
Dude, like... So what do you just
So
say,
maybe it'll be... Maybe I'll go to church more.
You say dang it or darn it? Because you get mad. Everyone gets mad.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't really get that mad anymore.
Something's going to make you mad.
Maybe. But I don't know what happened. Like, you remember, you've been around a long time. Yeah. I've been temper.
25 years.
I have it. I still have it. But, I haven't been put in a position to, even at work. Like,
yeah.
I guess, is it maturity? I mean, am I thinking things through? Like, I mean, think about it before I react on it.
Yeah, I think it might be that you're just not.
What happened? Something happened. Something happened in my life where I was like, look, this is going to be so much more rewarding.
Yeah, and that's cool. I just
But you won't hear me say a curse word.
that's fine. That'd be like, dude, Coach Sniffin, his favorite thing to say, and we would even make fun of him for it, was "God bless it." And dude, he would get because he wouldn't curse. Like I've heard,
I love that. A football coach that you know.
Okay, if you got him real mad, hold on. Come on.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, boys.
Yeah. If you got him real mad, come here, Slinky. He'd curse.
I'll pet you, Bane. Come here, buddy.
He'd curse, but
Man, and see, that's the thing. I'll be honest. You want to know who I really admired that really made me start thinking like this? Deion Sanders.
he doesn't curse.
No.
So that's where it came from. So I've noticed
I
this.
love Deion Sanders.
You tend to get inspired by
well, it's like you. I mean, you're a big, what's that guy's name? You're,
Huberman?
no, the guy that does everything. I mean, he's like this superhuman dude.
David Goggins.
Yeah, and you like posted something, and I even called you. I was like, man, I like what he's saying, but what if he didn't curse?
I think that's part of his
Agenda?
No. It's a persona, right? Like you got to remember that dude.
Yeah, but he's limiting his audience. Like I can't have my 6-year-old watch that.
Maybe you want him to watch that.
No, I don't. He's gonna go words.
Yeah, no, he's gonna want to stay hard.
Man.
No, okay. So I don't know how much you know about David Goggins, but
He's a savage. But
he is the most savage. I can't think of any other human.
He has challenged his mind and beat it
Dad, he won
like
a 50,
no other person maybe in the world.
But listen. He won a 50-mile ultra marathon with half of a working heart.
So he had
and he didn't even know it. His heart was only working at 50% efficiency at the time, and this dude won a 50.
I commend him for that.
Yeah,
Until he opens his mouth.
But the reason he's like that, how many military people do you know that don't curse?
How many people do you work with that don't curse?
None.
Dude, they string it together like you just say 6 words in a sentence and 3 of them are
Well, dude, sailors.
like,
sailors.
and you know, look, say all the curse words you want. I don't want to say them.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know what the next step is.
Yeah.
Because I think I've got it. I think I've got that one down the way.
Is this your path to enlightenment?
I don't know if it's enlightenment, but I mean, I know that I've took a step to be better.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're trying to do here?
We're trying to be better in every aspect of life.
Of life.
But this, like, I caught myself. I mean, you've seen me do it too. I used to catch myself. Stop it, Slinky. I used to catch myself getting really angry at my friends all the time.
Yeah, I used to be like, man, and I'm gonna say it. Friends are important.
Yeah, they're extremely important. But
I've got friends that we started out. Me and Chris Badges. You know how long we've been friends? Since we were 6th grade.
Yeah, so like almost
11 years old.
Almost 40 years.
49 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. But
yeah,
so what I meant by this is like
some people don't have that.
No, dude,
and you can. You will.
We've all been friends for.
Your sister don't have friends like that.
15 years. But I think a lot of that is who you surround yourself with, right? Like we all...
No, I used to... there were 20 people at my house every day.
Yeah.
I mean, how big was y'all's graduating group? 50 people?
Yeah, dude.
And y'all still are congregate together. You got to keep that up.
Yeah, you have to. And I think social media...
It's really important.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, so I had caught myself being extreme as of recently, but no, it's been probably a month now. I was being super negative, and then finally I was like, you know what? I'm done. And so like they would try and like gaslight me to get mad. And I'm like, listen, guys, like I'm not gonna be negative.
Maybe
here.
I'm rubbing off on
Dude,
you.
you might have
I've been trying. I've been trying for a
I
long
was just
time.
like, man, this is silly. Like, and a lot of it,
You
like,
can think all you want, but like saying it,
Yeah.
is it really important to say it?
Bronson and I had went to lunch before we did our podcast, and we were talking about how like they think, and a lot of it was not even me like really being negative. It was me like trying to get a reaction out of them. Like they hate.
Well, it's just when you're. I mean, it's when you're young. You
They
know?
hate when I talk bad about golf, and so what do you do when people get mad about something? You poke and prod at them, and so they would always be like, talk to Bronson, not behind my back, but like when they were all together, like why does Hayden hate golf so much? And Bronson told him straight up, he was like, y'all do realize that Hayden's like just messing with you. And
Yeah,
you're
y'all have got the fire lit, and he's just making sure the embers.
yeah, I'm just stoking this flame, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, I want to start playing golf.
Dude,
I know you're not in it.
No, okay.
But I'll tell you why. I mean,
the thing
your
about
little
it-
brother is not going to be able to be strapped the chin strap on.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you know what? Me, my wife, and Daxton can go to the driving range. We can go. There's beautiful. You like what a golf? Do you like what a golf course looks like?
Yeah, I mean
It's beautiful.
It's cool, but it's.
I mean,
like,
you like beautiful scenery.
Yeah, and I think golf culture is just not me. Like I don't drink. I don't like being out in the sun 24/7.
Well,
Like
get you early. Which I've never played a round of golf in my life.
I think I've
I'm
played
just
one round of golf.
I'm just trying to do something. I mean, I threw the football with you, beat you in basketball all the time.
Dude, I was just talking to Willard about this. I was like,
People
dude,
don't
there's
understand the
one-
athlete that I was.
Exactly. I was like, I told Will, I was like, dude, there's one thing that I beat my dad in everything else. Surpassed him in like lifts.
No, I've admitted that. I told somebody yesterday, my buddy Gordo.
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, I posted my to go lunch yesterday. He's, oh, your son's got you going in the right direction." I said, "Man, where do you think my son learned it from?" I said,
Yeah.
And to tell you honestly, his diet is far more boring than mine.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I said he's got it figured. He has it figured out. He's on a different level.
Yeah.
I've had to hand over the crown, so
And
you can have it.
but we were talking about is I was like, dude, there's one thing that I don't think I'll ever be able to beat my dad at, and it's basketball. I said we've played probably hundreds of pickup games, and I've never even come close to winning. I said I've made him tap when we used to wrestle. I mean,
Oh, dude, you're the one time you knocked the air out of me. You punched me in the ring.
well, dude, because you,
I was like, oh,
Well, you
dude. I
gotta
remember
admit-
the air just went. Oh,
yeah, you gotta admit, you'd be like, you'd tap, and then as soon as I let go, you'd catch me with something.
no, the one time with the rib shot, I was like, oh.
I think we hurt your rib that time, it was big time. But I was telling Will, I was like, you don't realize that this dude grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. I said, not that like that's the stereotypical thing, but black people like to play basketball. My dad lived amongst the black people. He got really good at basketball, and I could never surpass him. He's like, your dad's got a game like that? I said, hell yeah, he does. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, we used to play with my friends. I mean, we had a group of friends that we'd play basketball all the time, and I would out jump them out. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
That's something
I
that
loved it. Well, you don't remember when you were a kid and
we beat Jason.
we'd beat Matt and I asked him about that the other day. I was like, remember when me and Hayden, we beat Chris and Brady too.
Yeah, but Brady was like 5 years old, or he was young.
Brady was playing well, yeah, he was. I mean, they wanted to play.
Yeah. The one person I don't know, dude, we used to always try and get Cole and Uncle Trey to play. We never made that happen.
I never played. We didn't play against Cole one time at his dad's house.
Because Cole's good.
Yeah.
Cole's
I love
really
that guy.
good. Shout out Cole if you end up
I
watching.
love that guy.
Yeah, dude, he's a hustler too. I don't know many hustlers that hustle.
And
like
he's a
Cole.
good person.
Great person. He's just like you. He's real quick to tell you he loves you. all that stuff.
I'm spreading that around.
Dude, you are. You're planting good seeds, man.
Hey, man, I love my people. I do. No doubt about it.
Yeah. But we're getting close to the end of this episode. So something that I ask everyone, I actually stumped Mike on this question last episode. But if you had to leave everyone with something, whether that be a funny saying, positive words, or something that just means something to you, what would you do? Or what would you say?
We can all do better.
Sweet.
I mean, you can get better. You could be sitting at the top of the best, wherever you're at, it can be better. Whether you're at the top or you're getting off your knees.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people all the time is
focus on that.
You're never at your highest high and you're never at your lowest low. You can always make progress.
That's important to me.
From where you're at.
I mean, you remember Tool concert when hey guys, we can all do better.
Yep.
And everybody was laughing about it. And hey man, no, it's the truth, we can. And if you focus on trying to do better, a lot of times when you put better in a sentence or a spot or a position in life, it's because maybe you've tripped up or fell down. But even when you're good, you can get better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love that, and that's what I like.
Well, Dad, you've been an amazing guest. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come do a podcast with me. Maybe we'll do another one. We probably will do another one. But
yeah, it's good. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. I want to say thank you to all you guys that stuck around this long because we're about an hour and a half in, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.